Hey, what's up? What's up, Janae? I know who that is. I know exactly who that is. How you doing? Guys, we will be starting in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Hope everybody is doing well. If you are in here, do me a favor. Leave a like. That's Mama Kenyatta. I know Janae C. I only know one Janae C. I don't even know one person who spells Janae like that. I actually hyperfocus. We're doing weekly check-in. Okay, let me just send this link out real quick. We are racing against time. Racing against time is what we are doing. So can I call you tonight? All right, down to 5 seconds. Let's get this thing started. Are y'all ready? Because I'm ready. What's going on, everybody? What is going on? It is the OCPD coach. And this time, it is time for us to do our midweek check-in. Yay! Midweek check-in. Let's go. I have honestly, I've had a fast week. I think if I were to describe this week in one word, that word would be fast. It's going by as if my week is Flash or A-Train from The Boys, and I'm trying my best to keep up with it. So we are going to have our stream. I'm adjusting this mic a little bit, and I want you guys to do me a favor. If you start having any weird sound issues where you can't hear me, or you can't hear me clearly, or maybe certain letters are sounding funny, it's the S sound. That's always the sound for me. Then let me know. I want to try to see if I can get rid of this wind thing altogether and just talk like this. And I think that my issue is that I had this thing right there. But I think if I were to put it right about here, where it's just out of frame, I think that should work. So you guys, let me know if you have any issues or difficulties hearing me. Just give me a shout. We'll get it resolved. But this is the stream where we go through all of the work that we had assigned for this week, for this sprint. So that's Sunday to Sunday. We're going to see how much we got done, how much we have left. And I like to give an estimation on how confident I am about me completing the sprint. So this is something that a lot of agile teams and technology or different areas of business will use as a sprint stand up. And you might do these every single day as a daily, where you just do a check in, talk about if anything is in your way, blocking the road, and then you can move forward. But it's always helpful when you have a team to do this because you guys can talk about how to unblock each other. So if I'm working on the work I'm working on right now, and I just had a meeting with my consultant, there were things that I've been blocked on in the past. So when we've had our meetings like this or just our check-in meetings, I'll explain, hey, I'm having a hard time figuring this out, or I'm having a hard time just making a decision here. Can you help me out? And you'd be surprised. This actually tends to work much better than you would expect. So we are going to do that. I'm giving it about 2 more minutes real quick. I wanted to just see if I could go live on TikTok as well while we are here. But if you are here, just say hello to me. Let me know you're here. We are going to be doing a double head and live stream today. So we have the first live stream right now. Oops, I flipped the camera. So yeah, we have our first live stream right now, and then our second live stream we're going to be doing tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And that live stream is a little bit different. That's going to be a panel, a discussion, and we're going to be hosting it on my channel. So it's called Control Alt Debate, and we're going to be talking about today mental health and mental health ignorance specifically in my community. This was a topic that came to mind because I wasn't diagnosed with ADHD and OCPD as well as OCD until I was 27, 26. So this is still knowledge for me. And I think the more we can talk about mental health, the more we can talk about these different things that might be going on in our brains, I honestly think we can try to take the future generations as well as ourselves to levels that we've never been able to reach. So that is the goal. I'm clicking live on TikTok. We'll go live on TikTok while we're at it. And let's hop into it. That's enough talking. Let's check the sounds. Yep, that's ready to go. All right, we are going to switch over to our active cam. And I just got some amazing feedback from my consultant. He actually told me I should make a background where it just makes this screen smaller, but still proportionate. So we'll wind up doing it. I don't know why I didn't think of doing it. I hadn't been thinking about it. So we'll get everything figured out. Let's keep going. So we are going to start with, what are we going to start with today? Let's start with our block. Yeah, I knew I had another one. Let's start with block. So first thing on the list is to place order for our sound effects. And I like to time box this. Let me time box this 1 second. We time box this to about 15 minutes. So that's perfect. There it is. All right, so the first thing we have on the list is to place order for sound effects. If you guys recall, I told you that this is a ticket I cannot touch it because I need to have all of the UI designed and ready to go before I reach out. However, we are going to get to it. Everything will happen in due time. I just wanted to bring attention to the fact that that is why this is blocked. I can't do anything until I'm done with Life 1090, which is implement UI art part 2. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. There we go. All right, let's roll back. Let's roll back. Next on the list, replace AI art with real art. This actually can move from to do to done. I mean, from block to do, because I received my art. So let's add a comment so I know. So can I see if there's a replacement option for texture atlasing? So can these all be added to a texture atlas and split at the material level by index. Anybody that's watching on TikTok, welcome on in. Welcome on in. If you want the full live stream where you can see everything I'm doing, hop over to my YouTube channel. It's in the description. Okay, or in my bio, sorry. So I'm gonna try to, this is something that should be really straightforward. It should just be me taking the art and copying the art. It should be that straightforward. But what I want to do is this. I want to see if it's possible for me to add all of the art to an atlas, because if I can add it to an atlas, it'll be really easy for me to just sift right through the art and also keep everything optimized. So we'll check it out. Drew Skiller, welcome in, welcome in. So we are still going. We have the next task right here. Finalize customer brain system. So for this system, sorry, I'm on the wrong side. Y'all, but give me a little bit of grace. I'm gonna tell y'all now. Give me a little grace. I don't like excuses, but I do have one today. I literally got 2.5 hours of sleep, if that, yesterday. I went to bed at probably 2:30 in the morning and could not sleep. I wound up getting up at around 6. So actually, what's that? 4, but I was tossing and turning, so I don't even count that. And yeah, so my brain is a little scattered, and when my brain is scattered, I make a lot of stumbles. So y'all bear with me. It's okay. It's temporary season. We have to grind right now, get this game done. And after we're done with this, I'm taking a break because rest is progress. All right. So next thing is this. I need to get trailer requirements done, which is sending a build of Retro Game Store Simulator over to Vega and Jameson. Vega is the individual who's responsible for doing the trailer for the game. And Jameson is my consultant who has been consulting with me on the game. The reason that I need this is send functional demo to Jameson for refinement and test plan. So we want to get this game testing next week, as soon as next week. I don't know who this individual is. They invited me to co-host, but I might let them up when I'm done. I just don't know. This is a professional stream, so I want to make sure it remains professional. But TikTok, that's cool. That's cool. Let's keep going. So next thing we have on the list is we have admin planning. You guys know I always like to keep this ticket until the end. And I need to bump this up. This is starting to become more like 3 hours. This is where I do my teaching prep for the Saturday night stream. This is also when I go through creating the streams on YouTube, when I do the social media posts, all of that. I also need to start posting on social media like TikTok. I need to start posting on Instagram, but we'll get all of that worked out in due time. Everything is a process, and we'll make sure we get on task. Next thing is the OCPD Coach Thursday stream. We can take this task and move this to in progress because we're currently working on this. So this is one that once I'm done with this, I get to hit that ding. I get my nice dopamine hit, and we will be in a good mood. We also have our hyper focus stream, which is Saturday, so nothing going on for that one. Our benchmarking social media stats analytics stream, which will be, not stream, that'll be Sunday. So that's when I go and check all the numbers for the channel over the week. I haven't seen a whole lot of growth over the past week. However, I have been seeing I've been seeing individuals tell me how meaningful the videos have been or how impactful the videos have been. And I've also been studying my algorithm to see what type of content I need to push more of. My thumbnails, I have my video editor, Camille, who's going to start making my thumbnails. So she stepped up to the plate big time, taking that off my hands. And we're going to try. We came up with a content release strategy. This past week where we're going to try to release content every single day. Some form of content. Might be a stream, a short, a long form video. You never know. But we're going to try to release some form of content every single day. The next thing we have on here is our Thursday night stream. So that is one that happens tonight. That's going to happen tonight. I've actually been doing this already also because I've started prepping for it. And this is the stream that's happening on my YouTube channel tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to talk about mental health. Is mental health one of the biggest struggles for the African American community? Or let me rephrase that. Is mental health ignorance one of the biggest struggles for the African American history? Let's talk about it. So that'll be tonight at 7:30 on the OCPD Coach on YouTube. So do not miss it. And that wraps up our block. So A few of these things are date blocked, but for the most part, none of these should be blocked going into next sprint. So fingers crossed, we go ahead and we continue just making the progress we're making. Let me cut this background music on a little bit because it's kind of weird hearing nothing. All right, there we go. Just a little bit. All right, let's move on to our to-do section. So you saw we already moved over the Thursday night stream. And let me rename this also. Let me say Thursday night stream. It is called Control Alt Debate. Control Alt Debate. So let's give it a little respect now that we know that we're part of it. Everybody on TikTok, what's going on? Welcome in. Feel free to interact with me, ask questions. I love it. Next up, we already talked about replacing the AI art, finalizing the customer brain system. So we need customers to be able to consider companion items. Customers need to have timed events top of mind. So stretch. This is a stretch thing. If we can get that in, perfect. If not, we won't even worry about timed events. The next thing we have on here is customers need to be swayable based on ad likeliness. That's something we plan on doing with the marquees. And customers should be lurable by music, girls, balloons, sale signs, and decor in the future. So this is all future-based stuff. We'll add it here. Right now, this game, we need to get to the alpha. So for the alpha, we don't need to have everything 100% feature complete. We want to have the bare minimum polished version of this game. Bare minimum polished version of this game is what I'm aiming for. So let's keep going. So we have that there. That's fine. Next thing we have is a rallying call was started by Lala's Vault Gift. What is a Vault Gift? TikTok, can you guys explain to me what's going on? I look like I'm young, but I'm really an old soul. So help me out a little bit. The next thing we have is this. Anna, welcome in. We have the additional NPC designs. So I want to do this. I definitely want to do this. We're going to add a focus. So let's add focus to knock this out during what is that stream I do on Saturday? Hyper focus stream, if possible. Guys, I got good news. I have tomorrow off. So that means I will be able to. TikTok, what's up, TikTok? We got 3 people in here. Talk to me. I need some TikTok friends, y'all. Talk to me. We're gonna see how much work we can get done tomorrow. Because I think tomorrow, with me having that day off, I might stay up to about 2 or 3 in the morning today. But tomorrow, tomorrow is on. We are getting a lot of work done tomorrow. So I'll keep you guys updated on the progress. You know that I love to get stuff done. I love making progress. And I love sharing it with you guys because I think that we all get things done, but I don't think we give ourselves enough credit for the work we get done. I got to find the camera. I don't think we give ourselves enough credit for the stuff we get done. Again, TikTok, welcome in. I am doing a full stream on YouTube where you can see my screen. I just don't have it set up to stream to TikTok because they banned my account for some reason. So we'll get it all sorted. We'll get it figured out and you'll be able to tune in just like that. But in the meantime, hop on the YouTube channel, which is in my bio if you want to be able to see exactly what I'm doing. I wonder if I could probably rotate that eventually too. All right, let's keep going. Month transitions and new days feel like a big deal. This should be simple. I might even be able to accomplish this by using the same current clock text and then adding different sound effects. If the month changes, let's make it pop. If the year changes, another pop until we get fireworks. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? I don't know. I might not be using TikTok right because I see people joining, but nobody actually is interacting. Actually, that makes sense because that's the exact same way every stream is. I'm about to quit streaming. I'm streaming for no reason. I'm streaming for no reason, y'all. It's like I'm joking. It's about the content. It's about the practice. The viewers, the interactions, they'll come down the line. So we're not gonna worry about that. Let's keep going though. We have the shopper system, and we have customers can be influenced by marquees. Customers will react to marquees. This should be simple. I should be able to knock this out honestly before I even start my next stream tonight. So this should be simple. I should be able to knock this out in under an hour. So when I have tickets that are taking a lot longer, when I have those big tickets like this UI one, it's really good to try to space out the big tickets by putting smaller, quick hit tickets in between. And I might even add another category for that or a label. I probably do label. We don't need more categories. That's my OCPD kicking in. I want to keep just optimizing every single thing. All right. So I honestly think that these two, I can knock these two out before I do this. And then we can check into this, which, if I'm not mistaken, this should be straightforward as well. This should be straightforward as well. I just need to add the textures to one of the auto texture maps. I might need to separate the games by the game cases by text, by what would it be called? I might need to separate the game cases by, I don't want to say genre because that's too deep. Let's just say name. No. I'm blanking. What would he be called, man? Console. Console. So we'll do it like that. We'll try to see if we can set it all up to come out of one thing. All right, and that's that. So now let's move over to we have nothing to stretch. Even though I think that this could go in there, but it's okay. Actually, if anything, additional NPC designs could go in stretch. That's a stretch goal. Nothing in brainstorming. We do have stuff in progress, so we are doing our Thursday stream right now. You've hit a goal. What was the goal? 3 gifters send roles to your live in 15 minutes. Achieve this goal. All right. Guys, we're going to go a little bit over time. I might take a little 5-minute break before I move on to the next section because I want to make sure I can get these personalized ad reads in. And then we'll go to in progress and we'll go to done. But guys, I honestly think this week, this stream so far, is shaping up. We're getting a lot of stuff done. We are on task. What is it? What is this? What is a rose? What is a rose? Somebody tell me, what is a rose? Somebody explain TikTok to me like I'm 4. I need a 14-year-old to explain TikTok to me like I'm 4. Because sometimes it seems like I'm 40. All right, but let's keep going. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break real quick. And during this 5-minute break, let's do a full count. Yeah. During this 5-minute break, I just want to remind you guys that I stream 3 times a week. So every single week, I stream 3 times. And I am the type of person where if you are looking to get goals done, or maybe you work really hard, but you have a hard time finding that balance, maybe you're also the type of person that has a goal that you want to achieve and just cannot get started. That's where I come in. I'm Shannon Williams. I am the OCPD coach, and I help you build a healthier relationship with progress. How do I do that? Well, with my 3 streams, I give you guys transparency. I let you know what's going on inside of my brain. I let you see how I practice all of the things that I preach. And the other thing that I do is I give you all of this content for free. So you can go back, and I've had people actually do this. People that have come into the stream told me how much information they've been able to get out of the streams, and then started applying different strategies that I've taught in the streams in their own personal lives. So this stuff is real. It's really helpful. I am a certified Agile Scrum product owner. I've got a master's degree in IT information technology management. That's what the degree is, and a bachelor's in game art. So I'm a little all over the place. But what I've learned is that through my life, having ADHD, having OCPD, I've learned so many ways of coping and growing even with these disorders. So I love to help you optimize your life. And let me talk about those 3 live streams that I mentioned real quick. Every single Thursday, we do the stream that we're doing right now. Terrell King, what's up? Aaron, Renee, what's going on? TikTok, what's going on? Talk to me. I don't need donations, just talk to me. Every single Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, the stream we're doing right now, we do a review. This is a transparent review. I show you guys if I got things done or if I have not gotten things done. I think that's the best accountability measure I could instill is having this type of system. So every single Sunday, we do a stream right here at 1:15 p.m. Eastern Time. This is all on YouTube, by the way, guys. I'm trying to start doing TikTok more. This is my second one. But every single Sunday, I show you guys how to plan a week out. And this is not just planning a week of work where you're just thinking about your job, thinking about your hobby. This is a life planning session. So if you have kids, like I have a child, a wife, a business on that I'm building on the side. I have hobbies. I have things that I like to do outside of my full-time gig, streaming. That is where I plan all of that stuff. We get it sorted out. I estimate how much I can get done in a week. We even plan out future weeks. So I always like to stay aware of what's coming up in the upcoming week. But that is called a sprint planning session in technical terms. It's a sprint planning session. And I do all of that live. In addition to the planning session on Sundays, I talked about the refinement, but I do a sprint retro. So that is when I look at the past sprint and I say, okay, Shannon, you did all of these things, Will. You could have done better in all of these areas. Now to get better going forward, you need to make these changes. And I'll show you guys how to be real. I'm honest with myself. I put stuff on here where a lot of people probably wouldn't share it, but I think it's imperative for me to share what's really going on in my head because I'm trying to build that not only trust but that connection with people who have ADHD, OCPD, OCD, these different tendencies, and you really need somebody who can relate to you. So I'm your guy. I'm transparent and I'm 100% honest. And my wife even gives me credit for it. She says the same way I go on here and I do my streams talking about me spending time with my family. She said I actually walk that walk. So that meant a whole lot to me. Outside of that, we have one more stream, which is every single Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This is right now, it's called a Hyper Focus Chill stream, but I'm going to change it because I've been doing 1 hour of teaching every single Saturday. It's like I'm a teacher. I do 1 full hour of teaching, and it's teaching about how you guys can get something started. So I have people who want to get games started, want to go back to school, want to start a business, whatever it might be. I talked about those steps with my swim method this past week. I have other strategies where I talk about how to avoid pivot guilt and pivot ADHD, OCPD pivot, where you won't jump from one project to the next. I'll talk about the causes of it. I'll talk about what it looks like, and then we talk about what we can do to address it or at least mitigate some of it from happening as often as it does. So make sure you tune in. Those are really, really important lives that you guys can get that information directly from the source. And if you're not available, let's say you have to work, you're not available to make it, no worries. We are going to start posting all of this content on YouTube as separate videos. So all of my teachings will be separate going forward. All of the shorts will be sending you right back to a video or a full video. And then the live streams, those also remain live as well on YouTube. So make sure you go to the OCPD Coach. I'm on YouTube. I interact. You guys can talk to me. I don't bite. I love to help. Ask me questions, and let's keep doing what we can to help you build a healthier relationship with progress in your life. Now that I have that out the way, I want to remind you guys on YouTube, on Twitch, on TikTok, leave a follow, leave a sub. If you are on YouTube, though, because of the tricky algorithm, you have to make sure that you hit all notifications. It's the bell, and then go to all notifications. Shannon, why do we have to do this? I'll explain why. The reason you have to do that is because YouTube will not continuously give you alerts for all of my content. So you guys can be missing live streams when I'm doing live streams. You could be missing shorts. You could be missing lives. I mean, I said that twice. You could be missing long form videos. So make sure you hit the bell so that every time I post, you get alerted and you know. The other thing is this: if you have content that you want me to talk about, if you're having issues with your ADHD, issues with your OCPD, if you want me to talk more about certain elements of it, such as work, what it's like getting a job, what it's like having a family, what it's like being a father or a parent, because those are really, really, I think my biggest struggles are related to being a parent. I would love to talk about it, but I have to know what you guys are struggling with. Otherwise, I'm shooting in the dark and I'm trying to give the information that I think is useful. But until you guys let me know what you need, it's going to be hard for me to feel that need. All right. So now let's get back to what we were doing. Back to the originally scheduled program. I see you in there on TikTok. The individual who's still in here, I appreciate you being in here. Thank you for showing some support. Amy, thank you, Amy. Appreciate you for staying. And we have Amy and Jamie. So welcome in, you guys. And let's go ahead back to our other cam so we can get back to knocking off our in progress as well as our done tickets. Now, this is the fun part. We're going to set another timer. We'll do 10 minutes this time. Keep it nice and light, not too much. And we're going to do sound effects ding. All right. Shannon, what are you working on? Right now, we are doing our Thursday stream, which is the one I do every single Thursday. You guys know about that. When I'm done, I'll move to in progress. The next thing we're doing is this. We're implementing UI. So we're doing all of the UI for Retro Game Store Simulator. I'm adding all of that right now. So we're taking the game from an ugly looking shell to a beautiful, beautiful, amazing looking project. And that is going to help us with getting the marketing material so that we can start selling this game and pushing this game. Also, the demo, which is coming out. These are crucial, critical steps that I've always known about, but I'm finally getting the opportunity to work on it and get it complete. The next thing we have is mall fleshing. Mall fleshing. This, for me, is making the mall look good. And I have this big book right here. I have a lot of books, especially for this project. But this big book right here, this is a 1980s book all about American ads, American advertisements. And I've gone through this book a couple times, but I'm going to go through it again and see, excuse me. I'm going to see if I can get inspired. We're going to see if we can look into this book, look at some marketing material, and then create or recreate some of our own marketing for the video game. So it'll be really, really cool. I'm going to throw that extra little 80s nostalgia in with those ads and also try to make them useful for the player so that they can know where they need to go to get different things. So we'll do that. And in addition to that, we have Sabotage and Recover Part 3. Let me add a comment here. We have need to make projectiles impact correctly and have the player get consequences. Also need to have NPCs get back up. Close my door for me, son. Thank you. Get back up and go about their business or escape after being attacked. So that's big. We want to figure out, we want to get our NPCs to get back up and go about their business, escape after being attacked. So, or sabotage. I like sabotage better. That's a lot better. So we'll say sabotage. Gerald Sanders, hey, auntie, how you doing? So about their business escape after being attacked. So let's say sabotage. We will say sabotaged. And this is the next thing. So this is the next thing. I want to make sure whatever's in the toilet, so toilet needs to be flushable, and toilet stuff can be scooped with cup. Okay, so those are two things we want to add. I'm adding a few little extra things, extra features in this game where people don't know that it's in the game. I'm not going to sell it, but what I am going to do is add it in and then hopefully just surprise folks with some fun features. So that'll be one of the features. And now we are going to move to our done column. Son, did you sneak down here? Okay, we have to cut that iPad all the way down for me. But I don't know if your mom wanted you to come down here. I don't know if she knows you snuck down here. But it's fine. Just chill out, relax. And my son, the third, decided to sneak into the room. So we're going to try to wrap this up now. Now we get to move to the done column. And I'm so excited for this column. I really want to see, I can see how much we got done, but I want to see what I got done. I always forget what I got done into this. So first things first, I had my meeting with my consultant, my game consultant, Jameson, and we did that. I actually got it moved up. We were supposed to have it after this meeting. I got it moved up because I wanted to have I wanted to build some momentum going into the end of this night. I knew I had a lot of things planned, and it seemed like I was going to get a tiny bit of work done, but I've actually been really productive. So first things first, give ourselves our ding for that. Next thing we have is building our settings screen. I went ahead and built our settings screen. I also did the pause screen. And in addition to this, I've been working on controller support. So I'll get another ticket that I can bring in before this is all said and done. So let's give ourselves credit for that. Welcome in everybody on TikTok. Welcome on in. If you want to see the full video where you can see my screen and see what I'm knocking off the list, make sure you head to the YouTube channel, the OCPD Coach. It's in my bio as well. So make sure you check that out. But the next thing we have on here is cut Bean's hair. So that is my son. Cut my son's hair. I actually did that. That was another one. I like to get these small tickets in. Just knock them out. Get them off the list. And I need to start creating one for myself. Let me do that real quick. Real quick. I want to add a ticket for shave. Because I need to do this every single sprint. And I need to just give myself credit for it. Shave my head, and facial hair. Now I'm letting this facial hair, we letting this grow in a little bit. We'll see. I never let it grow out before, so I'm just letting it grow. We'll see how it looks. If it doesn't grow by the end of the year, I'll go ahead and shave it off and just get back to my regular look. But we'll see. We'll give it a go. So shave, I'm adding shave to my tickets, and we want to change the label from retro game store simulator to repeat. And again, folks who might have ADHD or OCP tendencies, this is the channel that you want to watch. This is the OCPD. This is the TikTok that you want to follow, because I talk about that specific comorbidity. I talk about what it's like having both. It is a balance. It is not the same as having one or the other. It's actually, they compete with each other. You have to work really hard to find harmony, but it is 100% possible. So let's keep going. Do billing. I did that. That is a business thing. Notification overhaul. We did this. We did that this sprint. So now I have a pager overhaul, a pager design. I have a phone. I have an answer machine. And then I also have a pop-up. So there's a new pop-up in the top corner. So we definitely got that taken care of, which is awesome. Next thing, work out at least 2 days a week. Again, I'm not doing my normal workouts where I'm actually lifting my heavy weights that I like to do, but I walked all the way to the market and back to get some stuff. I spent time working out with my son, just playing around, burning some energy. So I definitely got that in. Next thing, sun time. This is time with my son, 2.5 hours dedicated this week. I've already exceeded that, which I always tend to do. I always wind up exceeding it, but we always want to make sure we block that time off, just so that when we are spending time with our children, we don't have that guilt, that not working guilt. I'll say that not working guilt, because that is a real thing, and we want to make sure we keep that in check. Next, build church system. You can now go into the church inside of my game, and you can get Bible verses if you need. So I have a few Bible verses. You can choose a topic of struggle and get a couple Bible verses. It's amazing. Next thing we have is set up poll on Discord server. I did that. That was for this stream that we have tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. That will be on YouTube, the OCPD Coach. And we will be doing a panel to talk about if mental health ignorance is the biggest struggle in the Black community today. If mental health ignorance is the biggest struggle in the Black community today. I picked this topic because I didn't learn about my mental health disorders until I was in my late 20s. And I think had I known a little bit sooner, I probably would have made I probably would have made different decisions. But I love where I'm at in life. That's the weird thing about it. I wouldn't change anything in my life. I think I just would have been more aware of my steps and would have made more guided steps. So I think we need to start talking about this more. We make mental health a bad word. Oh, thank you for the gifting. I don't know anything about that, but thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for interacting also. Appreciate that, huh? But yeah, we want to make sure that we start talking about this. We need to have more valuable conversations that are not these same old repeat conversations we keep having over and over again. So we'll be doing that on my channel tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Next thing, we read our Bible for 30 minutes. I have been doing that. I've been doing an audio book, so an audio version of the Bible, and we've been listening to Myron Golden recently. So that has been very, very helpful. We have been in the book of Proverbs, and we are just talking about how the book of Proverbs relates to business, relates to your interactions, your steps that you take in life. So that's been really helpful. Next thing we have on here, share OCPD Coach thumbnail photo with Camille. I did it. So my cousin, TikTok, welcome in, welcome in. TikTok, welcome in. Appreciate anybody that's hopping in. Thank you for sharing this live stream. Everybody, you can interact with me. But I have a cousin who is now doing my video editing because I needed to offload it. And I picked the perfect person. I have to give her props right now because she has been on it. She has been taking my shorts, uploading my shorts to the social media platforms. She's in the lives, trimming my lives so that she gets the valuable content out, asking for more work, asking to be able to help me out more. And she decided to take on making my thumbnails. So that is huge for me. We walked through the photo editing stuff she needed. She asked me even more. She said, how can I help with taking the green screens out of your images so we can put it on the background? She did that. So shout out. Hold on. Let me get this. Big shout out to Camille. She's going to help this channel go to the next level. So we want to make sure we give our props where the props are due, because I know we can be extremely critical. And I like to lean on being more positive. I think you can sandwich it. You can give positive feedback, some things that can be worked on, or negative feedback, whatever you want to say, and then close it off with more positive feedback. I learned that at Toastmasters, and I think that's really a valuable way to give feedback to folks. Next thing, I know that was long-winded. Trademark check-in. So I do have a trademark that I set in motion for Retro Game Store Simulator, my game, so nobody could take that name, because I think it's such a dope name and it's such a straightforward name. So this game, the name of this game, honestly, is timeless. You can go and play this game in 2.5, 3 years, and the name is still relevant. It's still easy to find. So definitely want to make sure we get Retro Game Store Simulator locked in. All right, so that's that. Next thing we have is OCPD Coach Sunday stream. That is the stream that I do on Sundays. And stay over there so you're not on cam. That is the stream that I do every single Sunday. So that is the first thing. Mama 3, welcome in. TikTok, what's up, TikTok? TikTok is moving now. Thank you for the props. Thank you for the shout out. Thank you for the share. But yeah, stay out the camera. I'm not joking now, because now you're being hard-headed to another level, okay? Sit down, relax. I'll let you chill in here, but you have to listen. But yeah, that's the stream where we plan our workout. And I show you how not only to plan work to get work done, but I show you how to plan to build a healthy relationship with your life, with your balance, the balance of your family, your hobbies, your mental health, your spiritual, all of that stuff. I'll show you how to do it. I'll show you how I do it. That's the best way for me to show you how to do it. So we do that every single Sunday. I automatically got credit for that last Sunday. Next we have on here is wipe time. I have wipe time, and wipe time I get 5 dedicated hours a week, but we always wind up doing more. This week has actually been a little light over the course of the week because I've just been in such a state of mind where I'm just trying to work and get this game done. And my wife knows that about me, so she's been trying to help me keep everything at bay. So props to my wife, another one. We talk about the heroes, the ones that keep me moving, keep the oil in this engine. I have some really dope individuals around me who are really helping me out. So wipe time, and then so that's the thing for that one. And then my Camille bi-weekly. So this is the bi-weekly, but I have it repeating, but it won't jump into the sprint until next week. But every single 2 weeks, I meet with my video editor and we talk strategy. We talk about what's working on YouTube right now, what areas we need to improve on. I have an ongoing list of content ideas, which I should probably add in here. But I have an ongoing list of content ideas and different things I want to do. So we do all of that good stuff in these meetings. So that's one I always make sure we get credit for that. Now that that's done, that's all said and done, let's take a look at our numbers. So we have 16 tickets that are complete, which is great. 4 tickets which are in progress. Excuse me. 1 ticket stretch, 5 tickets to do, and 5 tickets that are blocked. So that is 10, 11, 15. So we're just about at the halfway point. We have 15 tasks that we have left to do, and we have 16 tasks that we have completed. Now I get to cheat here because I get to automatically move the OCPD Coach Thursday stream off. I shouldn't hear it. We get to move that Thursday stream to done. So we get credit right away. What program are you using? I'm using a program called Jira, Jira. If you check out the YouTube channel, after I'm done streaming here, check out the YouTube channel. I teach you how to use Jira. I'm sharing my screen. And I also have Jira links. So if you want to get started, that's one of the services I provide. I help people get set up. So if you want help, Jira with a J, Jira. Oh, I can comment. Cool. There we go. Jira, yep. So yeah, we get that one. And I'm going to see. My son just came down. So I'll make sure he's all good. And we're going to be getting some of this stuff knocked out. Actually, let me move the Thursday night stream to brainstorming. We'll move month transitions. We'll move that to brainstorming. AI art, we can move to brainstorming as well. And that's good. That is good, guys. It's time to lock in. It is time. I've been working on this game for over a year. Over a year. The video game is Retro Game Store Simulator. And I've been working on this game for over a year. It will be on Steam. This is a game that takes you back to the 1980s. You get to run a video game store and see how much money you can make. I'm getting ready for the demo. The demo is so close to completion. And once I'm done with this, I already have a bunch of other games that I have lined up. But I'm going to take my advice when I say rest is progress. I'm going to take that advice and try to take some time to rest. So over probably the next 2 weeks, I'm doing a lot of marketing stuff. I'm doing a lot of testing. But my goal is to be able to get some time in for me to rest so that we can keep moving forward. We have to put oil in this engine. That being said, I told you all my streaming schedule. So first of all, let me share Retro Game Store Simulator. If you are on YouTube or TikTok, YouTube or Twitch, you'll be able to see Retro Game Store Simulator. That is a brief part of the trailer. And you can go wish list it today. Wish listing it just says, hey, when this game comes out, I plan on buying it. You don't have to put any money down. But what it does for me is it is going to help me in the Steam algorithm. Because if Steam sees that a lot of folks have wish listed this game, they will say, okay, people are really anticipating this game. Let's try to push it as much as possible. And you wish listing it, even if you don't want to buy it and support, you might get that game in front of people who will buy it. So still wish listed. That does help me. That is free. Follow the TikTok, subscribe on Twitch and YouTube, everywhere. Follow, subscribe, do all that good stuff. My streaming schedule is this though. Every single Thursday, this stream at 4 p.m. Eastern time. I'm live on YouTube and Twitch. We're trying to get TikTok going. But at 4 p.m., we go over all of our work that we've done for the week. And as I mentioned, this is not just work that we have been working on for a job or for a business that gives us money. The biggest thing with this is that we can build a healthy relationship with progress. So these are the things that most of the time you would think this is a waste of my time. Why do I need to do this? This is taking me away from doing something better. I am really big on helping you reframe your relationship with progress. And the biggest thing that I think we struggle with is understanding what progress really is and what it should be defined as. If you watch my streams, you'll see this is one of the best ways that I've been able to help clients with understanding how they can look at progress differently. We break up all of the things that we want to get done in our life, or the things that need attention in our life, whether that's a tier one relationship, I call, and that's somebody that's a spouse, significant other, a child. A tier two relationship, which is a parent or a sibling. Tier three, you have cousins, friends, all that good stuff. Or if it's a mental health thing, if it's a spiritual thing, if it's something for your business that you want to get personally done, or self improvement, I break everything up into these buckets. And then we rank them by importance for the most part, but then we determine how we can make progress in each of these different areas at different points in time. So it's not all about going all in on one thing. It's about that balance. So if you looked at my board, you'll notice I have things like shaving my hair, shaving my son's hair, getting time with my wife, getting time with my son, having business meetings, reading the Bible. I have things related to growth, just overall growth. So you'll see me adding something for a book that I just picked up called Blueprint for Fun. This is a book by one of my buddies, Joseph Maris. It is available on Amazon, but I just got this today and I do plan on reading it, but I'll give myself tasks in here. That way I make sure I prioritize it and don't just keep bumping it off. So we'll make sure we get to that. And we plan that workout, by the way, every single Sunday at 1:15 p.m. Eastern Time. So every single Sunday at 1:15 p.m. Eastern Time, we go over our entire week of work. So every single thing we want to get done, hey, go sit down, please. Every single thing that we want to get done, we plan it out. We figure out what things we did well the prior week, what things we can do better at, and then we give ourselves action items or steps that we can take to improve going forward. So that retrospective is a huge part of making sure we are doing the best thing that we can do. I like peanut butter. I like peanut butter too, Bird. I like peanut butter too. Peanut butter and jelly, that's my jam. But welcome in, Bird. It's just a bird. Um, yeah. So make sure you attend those Sunday streams if you want to learn how I break this stuff down. And if you have any questions, if you want to learn how to use Jira, always make sure you attend these live streams. I will break down exactly how all of this works and teach you how to use it. The final stream is every single Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This is the stream where we get work done. But the first half of the sprint or the first hour of the sprint, I typically do a teaching lesson. So this past sprint, I actually taught you all what I call the SWIM method. This is all about how to get things started. I related it to aerobic swimming, where you have an individual who's on the block. A lot of times with ADHD and OCPD, we false start. We jump in too soon. So we want to make sure we check the depth, make sure we're not getting into anything too deep as far as projects or getting things started. We want to make sure we check the water temperature. So that's putting our feet in. And that is the research and development. That is the pre-planning, where we try to prove out any of those doubts that we might have had in the original stage. And then after that, that is when we jump in. We're able to jump in. And this whole swim method, you have to work, which is the pedaling, and then you have to take your head out of water and breathe. That's a rest. That's how we rest. So I go over all of this stuff. I did all of that last Sunday, and that is the type of content that I spend a good amount of time talking about and teaching about every single Saturday for the first hour of that stream. And I think I'm all talked out, y'all. I have gone way over my original allotted time. I only like to keep this to 30 minutes, but I wound up going almost an hour. It is what it is. We'll get better. What I will tell you is this. I am streaming again tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on the OCPD Coach, that YouTube channel, the OCPD Coach. And we will be having a panel discussion about mental health in the Black community and mental health ignorance. Mental health ignorance. The question is this: is mental health ignorance the biggest challenge facing our community today? And I want you can ponder on it. You can think about it. If you have input, make sure you tune into that panel at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to talk about it. I really want to hear opinions. I think it is. I personally think it is. I think we have stigmatized mental health. We have become afraid of even saying the words mental health. Those have become bad words. And we have a lot of people out here suffering We have relationships being burnt down. We have people in depression. We have all of these different symptoms going on. And a lot of these symptoms can lead to side effects, which I think we see a lot of. So even if you might not be dealing with mental health personally, you might know somebody who is. And we don't even know anything about mental health. We don't talk about it enough to know what they could be dealing with. So I'm going to be so excited to finally have this conversation today with a couple of other individuals who don't really talk about mental health as much as that I do, and just pick their brains and see where they are. So make sure you tune in 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. It is Control Alt Debate. That will be on the OCPD Coach YouTube channel today. And guys, I apologize again. I'm off a couple hours of sleep. I'm exhausted. My words are coming out a little more difficult than they normally do. So bear with me. We'll get things done. I want you guys to keep fighting for your life, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.